Hello everybody, I'm Tim. In today's video we're going to go over a way to make your everyday carry a lot more cool. This tactical key fob for Jeep, it goes for the JL, JT, and some other models. It's a little bit difficult to install at first, but I figured out some neat hacks that makes the install process a breeze. It'll make it easier than I had to do it because I had to figure them out. But I'm going to share those with you today, and we're going to up your game with your key fob.
Alright, let's get started with this project. What comes in the kit is this wrench here, which will be used to put the new screws in the new key fob. They give you the torque screwdriver that's going to be needed to take the factory remote apart. This is the new fob. This is the gasket that goes inside of it. And these are set up for whichever style remote you have, whether you have remote start or not. They send you both sets of buttons, so you can put this back to the same way with factory. And since my Gladiator's a 2023, I've been running it for a year now. I'm going to go ahead and replace the battery. And if it's the remote start, the battery for those are 2450s for this model. So I'm going to replace that battery while we go. The factory key fob, you can see the size difference. It's not a large amount of difference, but it's still quite a bit. My whole frustration with this has been this key popping out while it's in my pocket, and I'd like to eliminate that. That's one of my main reasons for doing this project. So let's get started. First thing we'll have to do is open up the factory remote, which if you inspect the remote, you'll see this indentation here. You just have to take a flathead screwdriver, insert it in there. Just start prying away at the corners gently until you get it popped open. Just kind of work your way around. Don't get in too big a hurry with it. Don't get too rough with it. Just kind of pry up gently as you go along it. I don't want to break it just in case I want to use this key fob again. That's how it comes apart. Next thing will be taking this apart. That's what this screwdriver is for. It has the end for the factory screws. We'll go ahead and remove those. There's 4 of them. Once you remove those, you can see it start to come up. Be careful at that point. There's a spring in there. That's what makes your key pop out. And go ahead and remove the spring. And here's that factory key. And it just comes out like that. There's a little pin in here that holds it. With this part, we just have to pry up. This comes out, and the next part will be getting our transponder out. This chip right here, it's built in. This is supposed to be a little bit difficult, so we're going to use a razor blade. I'm just going to go ahead and just cut in front of it. The plastic is pretty tough. I'm just going to just rock it in front of it until I get all the way down to the bottom. I'll cut a little bit more off this side. And then I'm going to use my blade. Just gently carve the bottom of it, but try not to go too deep. We don't want to damage this transponder. I don't know how easy it is to damage one of these. If any of you guys know, please let me know in the comments. But this part of this install is what bothers me the most. I'm going to try to use my blade to work this out. Looks like it's starting to come out. I'm going to cut a little bit more away. Really don't want to cut too much, again, in case I want to reuse this again. There it comes. So there's my transponder chip. And really at this point, we're done with this. I'm going to set it over here though so I can see how the buttons are configured for my new remote. And since I'm not going to reuse this battery, I'm just going to put it aside. We'll have to put these buttons in first. So with this, I'm going to use the lock and the unlock first. Looks like it goes in just like that. We'll take a look, make sure everything's pointed the right way. And that looks good. So in between the lock and unlock, kind of like the factory, it kind of rocks. That's what this little piece here is for. You got to be careful with it. It's pretty easy to lose if you're not. I'm seeing here in this mold, there's an indentation for it. So I'm going to put that inside that indentation. And that just goes back in there. Again, you can tell by the shape of everything. That's pretty easy. Transponder. It fits up here at the top of this. It presses in pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to take the battery, test it, see if these work. So next, to close this up, I'm going to have to install the battery. And I've been told that this is more of the harder part of it. On the remote, you can see where it has, or I'm sorry, on the case, you can see where it has the plus. It has to match up with the plus, which is the top of the battery. So it's going to lay in there just like that. And this is going to go right over the top. It's supposed to kind of go in at an angle. The problem is this battery keeps sliding down on me. And my fingers are pretty big, so it's hard for me to hold on to it and close this case. Alright, I'm going to try something different. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of Scotch tape on the battery. This is just like regular wrapping paper tape. I'm going to put a small piece here just on the corner of the back. I'll wrap it around so I have a way to hold on to it. What is making this so hard is this is just one to slide down on this because it slides so easy. So with the tape, it gives me a way to hold on to the battery so it doesn't keep sliding on me. Small piece of tape. Help tape it up further up here at the top again. It should be tied up against these front coils or springs right here that makes contact. There. Push the battery back. Looks like it's coming together good. Okay. Looks like it's completely together now. Let's put a couple screws in it to hold it into place. We're not going to tighten them down, we're just going to help it stay together. If anybody knows a better way to do this, please leave it in the comments. I'm having a hard time just with the size of my hands, keeping it from the battery from sliding around. It just wants to move to the other end of the remote. Now I'm going to take the Scotch tape. And first I'm going to go ahead and see if we have the buttons working. Looks like the buttons are working, so that's good. I'm going to pull the tape out like that. And then I'm going to snug these down just a little bit, not too much. I do it like you do the lug nuts on a wheel. Just try to go corner to corner, just a little bit tight. Go to the next. It is all plastic on this, so be careful with that. I'm just turning it to where it just feels a little snug, and I'm stopping. There's a compartment located here that you can pry up. And open up like that. And this key is designed to go right here into this. So the problem is, from the factory, this has a pin on it, and that's what holds this key together. I've heard some people go ahead and keep this like a key and put it on their key ring and go with that. I don't really like that. I'm trying to eliminate things in my pocket, so I don't want that hanging off of the keychain. That's just more weight, more things in my pocket. A set of vice grips here. Tighten this up. Use this hammer that I got from, I thought this was kind of cool. I've been using this for a lot of stuff. This came in the top oak awning. It's kind of handy. It's got a hammer on one end, claw hammer on the other. And this pin's like really tiny, as you can see there. So I'm going to use a thumbtack. It's about the same size. Looks like it's going through. There's the pin right there. It's just a little roll pin. So now we're going to have to separate this from the key. So there's the key part of it. Set that there. That's how it fits. This will close up here in the back. Make sure I have it in right. So now you can still carry your key with you. It's just back here in this compartment, so you're not having to try it the other direction. It looks like it fits better. So you can carry this with you still. Snaps together. Everything works. I like the way this feels. It's a harder press, so it's harder than what the factory was. But still, I like it. It looks like it's going to be fine. So overall, this is the install of it. I'm looking at it towards the factory key fob. It's pretty clean. Originally, I thought about just coming inside here and taking the spring out here. That way I could still carry this remote without the spring popping out. I've seen some people put rubber bands around it. I've seen some people put tape around it. I don't like that look. It looks like the remote's broke all the time. I'd rather have a clean install, so I'm happy with that. It looks good. Alright, a crazy thing happened while I was shooting this video. I got a phone call saying that the car alarm was going off, so this is working for me. I don't have to go outside and test it. I will though. But if you got any value out of this video, please like and subscribe. It really help out my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.